There is a big game in the Premier League coming up, though. Big focus this weekend on a top four battle because we've got Spurs taking on Newcastle, and there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this game. Do Spurs have to win this game to stay in contention for the top four, Shaka?
Absolutely. Every time Spurs give themselves some kind of a boost in terms of that top four finisher, or more to the point, whenever somebody else loses and gives them a look in, Spurs just manage to do as they've done for far so long. And that's the thing. I think Spurs have had more than their fair share of opportunities to really make a meaningful claim on the top four, but they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. So I just don't see it. In all honesty, and I've said this before, if Villa had started this run a little bit sooner, if Brighton had a little better luck, they would be ahead of Spurs in the table right now. This is a must-win game against a Newcastle who have punched well above any expectation, who, despite having a wonderful season thus far, are coming off an absolute humbling against Aston Villa, and you expect a response. Spurs, more times than not, when you're asking for a response or asking for a performance, they don't provide it. Going to St James's Park, I don't see that changing.
Stevie, how do you see this one going?
Tottenham are going to do an absolutely Spursy thing. I think this is a draw, but Tottenham could win this game.
I love that he always makes Spursy and positive.
Can you tell me why Spurs have got 53 points? Can somebody explain to me why Tottenham Hotspur, as bad as they've been all season, up and down, in and out, roundabout, inside, outside... I mean,
well, you're giving Spurs more hope than anybody else is.
Because they were so bad last week that this week, when everybody's completely written them off again, like we do, they'll come up with a result.
Was it last week Friday that Stevie guaranteed Spurs would finish top four? Was it exactly a week? Was it exactly a week ago?
But that's what I'm saying. Can you explain to me why they've got 53 points and they're sitting in fifth place? I've got no idea. Because they keep pulling results out when you least expect it. And that's what I'm going with.
Robbo, is Stevie making any sense to you there?
He never makes any sense to me, whatever he's talking about. But no, I agree with him. Spurs on their day can be a good side, but we haven't seen that good day many times this season. They've not been good defensively. They defend far too deep. Doesn't matter who the coach is or what the tactics are. It looks as though they're a little bit lethargic with their closing down. They don't get enough players going forward, although they've got a couple of excellent players. I can only see a Newcastle win at the weekend. I think they're going to be a bit too strong for Spurs on this occasion.
Who's finishing top four for you, Jules?
I think it will stay the way it is now with the current top four. United and Newcastle will be with City and Arsenal. I don't believe in Spurs because of the inconsistency that the boys have just mentioned. I think Brighton could potentially do it because of the games in hand that they have, but it's still tricky. They will have to play Arsenal and City as well between now and the end of the season. So it's difficult. So yeah, I think, and Liverpool can of course do it, but we've been saying that since the turn of the year, that if they go on a good run, then they can finish top four, and it's still unlikely really right now. So I would stay with the current top four.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.